So, what if I told you Apple's first foldable iPhone is already being finalized? Now, I haven't been to Cupertino, but I have gotten my hands on a high-fidelity mock-up, built from what are believed to be the most credible patent filings and supply chain whispers. And the most shocking thing isn't the folding screen or the rumor that it could be completely crease-free. It's not even the jaw-dropping, rumored $2,400 price tag. The most shocking thing, the secret that changes everything, is that this device might not just be an iPhone that folds. It's a declaration of war on an entirely different product. Everything you think you know about foldable phones, and frankly, about Apple's entire lineup, is about to change. Competitors have tried to break the mold, but they haven't nailed the key problem. How do you get a big screen that's also pocketable without compromise? Apple hasn't just been waiting. They've been waiting until they could rewrite the rules. Alright, let's tackle the elephant in every foldables room, the crease. It's been the Achilles heel of the category. So, has Apple solved it? The rumors suggest an emphatic yes. The mock-up I have, based on detailed schematics, is perfectly smooth over the fold. The rumor is Apple pursued this goal regardless of cost. Patents point to a new kind of hinge, maybe using exotic materials like liquid metal alloys paired with a new formulation of ultra-thin glass to make it all happen. But the real mind-bender isn't just the lack of a crease, it's the size. When closed, it's a totally usable 5.5-inch cover display. But when you open it up, it transforms into a massive 7.8-inch screen with a 4:3 aspect ratio, nearly identical in size and shape to an iPad mini. This isn't a tall, awkward screen like other foldables. This is a legitimate tablet that folds into a phone. That changes everything. The next thing that just blows you away is the rumored thickness, or lack thereof. Unfolded, the wildest rumors claim it could be just 4.5 millimeters thin. That's thinner than an iPad Air. It's more like a sheet of futuristic glass than a gadget. Achieving this requires some very deliberate, very Apple engineering choices. And this is where we see the first major trade-offs. To keep that profile, the camera system is one rumored area of compromise. Leaks suggest a dual camera system, a 48 megapixel wide and a 48 megapixel ultra wide. What's missing? A telephoto lens. There just isn't space in a chassis this thin for a periscope lens. This signals that Apple might not see this as its best camera phone, but a different kind of machine. Another big change is the biometric system. Rumors are firm that Face ID might be gone on this device. Instead, Apple could bring back a fan favorite. Touch ID built right into the side-mounted power button, just like on modern iPads. So we have a potentially creaseless display, an impossibly thin design, and some key compromises. But the hardware is only half the story. After digging through all the reports and holding this mock-up, I've realized the shocking secret isn't a feature. It's the strategy. It's not what you think because this isn't an iPhone Fold. The name that keeps surfacing is iPhone Ultra. And that name is the key. This isn't just a new iPhone, this is Apple creating a new top-tier category. For years, we've asked, when will Apple make a foldable iPhone? That was the wrong question. The real question was, how can Apple merge the portability of an iPhone with the productivity of an iPad? This is the answer. The iPhone Ultra isn't meant to replace your future iPhone 19 Pro Max. It's meant to replace your iPad mini. Think about it. The 7.8-inch 4:3 screen is almost identical to an iPad mini. It would run a version of iOS with iPad-like multitasking. It's a powerful tablet that can now fold into your pocket. This is why the camera might not have a telephoto and why Face ID might be sacrificed. Those are pro-level phone features. This device prioritizes a pro-level tablet experience that also happens to be an excellent phone. Which brings us to the final point, the price. Nearly every credible report speculates a starting price north of $2,000, maybe pushing $2,400 or $2,500. And yes, if you think of it as an iPhone, that price is insane. But if you think of it as an iPhone Pro and an iPad mini in one device, does the math start to make sense? Apple might be betting that for a certain user, the convenience of carrying one device that does the job of two is worth that ultra-premium price. They'd be creating a new Ultra tier, a space above Pro where capability is everything. While a launch could still be a couple of years away, the patents are real and the research is happening. Apple didn't rush to be first, they waited to be the best. In doing so, they might just redefine what a foldable can be. It's not just a phone that folds, it's a new category of personal computer. But now I have to ask you, looking at that speculated $2,400 price tag, is this a game changer you'd actually buy? Or is this a beautiful piece of engineering that's just too expensive for the real world? Let me know in the comments. I read all of them, and I'm genuinely curious to see where you all land. This story is far from over. The next leak could drop tomorrow and change everything we think we know. If you want to stay ahead of the curve and get the real story the second it breaks, there's only one move to make. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. It's the only way to make sure you don't miss what's coming next. And if this video opened your eyes to Apple's real strategy, do me a favor and hit the like button.